Are you dreaming of a life in Europe, but a little overwhelmed by the visa labyrinth that exists? I get it. I've been there. First in Prague, Czech Republic, and more recently in Brussels, Belgium. This video cuts through the confusion, sharing the unspoken rules and shortcuts of 10 years of hard-won experience, ensuring that your path is smoother than mine was. I have just left the commune here in Brussels, which is like the town hall, and I've been there 3 times and sent back because I didn't have the right something. There was always something missing. Was that my translation, the translation of my birth certificate from English to French, was not valid because it was done by a translator in France instead of a translator in Belgium. Can we just... What the I was saying to the woman, I was like, even if it's in the same language, you understand. It's the same language. For those who are new here, hi, I'm Alexandra. In 2015, I moved from the US to Europe with a wide-eyed dream, but without a plan. Over the last 10 years, I have had enough bureaucratic encounters to fill a few lifetimes. Short and long-term visas, getting married here, and finally applying for citizenship. I now know my way around the system. It's my hope that these videos help you feel empowered with the information you need to live out your own European dream. Let's go. Welcome everybody. I am here today with the wonderful Sarah, who is a Belgian, and I have brought in to explain some of the intricacies of the Belgian system, including how to apply for your visa once you get here, the things that you need for said visa, and just how to integrate well into Belgian life.
Happy to be here.
Welcome. So the points we're going to cover in today are
how to apply for your visa,
what you may need for said visa, both before you leave your home country, before you enter Belgium, and then what to do the first steps once you arrive in Belgian soil.
Everything you need to do officially to register in Belgium.
Yes. And then how to proceed with life after you've done all of the bureaucratic rigmarole, how to actually, enjoy life here, and what benefits you can access once you are part of the system.
Outside of beer and waffles.
Yes, exactly, outside of beer and waffles. Hope you enjoy. One little caveat, this may have to be a part 1 in the series because we're just going to do a general superficial look at the process. We're not going to dive into too much depth because, as I said, we may have to do that in a different video. This is just to give you the bare necessities of what you need when you come to Belgium. So if you do want to see this as a multi-part series, then just drop any comments you may have down below that I can then put into a more specific video. And I will have Sarah here, or, in contact, that she can help answer any of those questions.
Exactly.
So, friends, you have started your visa application for Belgium, you're in your home country, or maybe you've already arrived to Belgium, and you're looking for information in English. Hence watching this video in English. So, Saha, where can they go to find information in English?
So when it comes to visa application, you can find information on the website of belgium.be or the official immigration portal from Belgium. They have all the information there in English, and also in French and Dutch if you want to start practicing early on. It's a bit dry though, so if you want a bit more information that's a bit easier to read, I would advise you to read some blog posts like we have on the website of Feather where I work for, but also on expat.com or the Bulletin. And if you want information specific to your health insurance, which you have to apply to as soon as you're here, I can again refer you to the Feather website or to the website of Mut because that's the mutuelle that provides the best English-speaking support and has a website in English as well.
Yes, that was also the one that I went for, and they were lovely as an insurance company can be when I was moving here. So all of those names will be linked down below. And I put everything in the description box today, so don't forget to check it out.
And don't forget to watch Alexandra's videos on how to integrate in Brussels.
Oh, of course. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Yes, I will include the Brussels playlist down below. I've made about 10 or 12 videos at this point about life in Brussels. Everything you need to know about finding an apartment here, best and worst parts of living in Brussels. So that can be kind of a continued education once you've done all the dry, necessary stuff.
As a Belgian, I can assure you she's really well integrated by now.
Thank you. Merci. Dank u wel.
Je t'en prie.
She's such a pro. Such a pro. For the main pain points, this video is aimed at non-EU nationals, those looking to come to work and live in Europe legally. As an American, you're automatically granted a 90-day tourist visa, which sounds lovely, but it may not be enough time to process all of the paperwork to get your visa to start your life here. This 90-day tourist visa applies to a few other countries like Australia, Canada, and Japan. It may be smart, though, or even necessary to start your visa application process before you set foot in Europe. So the 3 main visas that you can apply for when coming to Belgium, or Europe in general, are the work visa, the student visa, and the family reunification visa. The student visa is quite straightforward. If you're coming to study with a university here, then all you have to do for your visa application is provide proof of enrollment or proof of acceptance, and then submit it in conjunction with all the other paperwork that you need for the visa. For the work visa, you have generally 2 tiers. The first is if you're coming as an employee to work for a Belgian company or international company, in which case you'll be granted the Type D visa for the duration of your contract with said company. The other case, though, is if you are a freelancer or entrepreneur, like me, you're going to apply for a professional card in your home country before coming to Belgium. For the professional card, you'll need to provide proof of funds, sufficient funds, as well as the application. And the last type of visa that I mentioned is the family reunification visa. Those looking to join a family member in the EU. It can be a son, a parent, or even a domestic partner. This is the one that I happened to choose many years ago when I was living in Prague, as my boyfriend at the time, and now husband, is Czech. So I was able to be constituted as his family member in a non-creepy way. His registered domestic partner, and now his wife. And with this, you are granted the right to live and work legally in Europe, in any EU country, which is awesome, because this made our life way easier moving from Prague to Brussels. We just had to find the Belgian equivalent of this status here. There's one additional visa that I'd like Saha to speak on.
Yeah, lately we see more and more people who want to come, for example, from the US to retire in Belgium, in which case you can apply for a visa for financially independent people. This also applies if you're an investor or a person with financial means who doesn't need to work or study here. In that case, you often need to prove that you have enough funds to sustain yourself and that you have a certain tie with Belgium because you, for example, studied here or used to work here or have a kid that's living here. In that case, you can apply for the visa to come and retire in Belgium.
And it has the lovely name of Golden Visa. So if this is the case for you, congratulations, but all the other visa types will be listed down below and their resources. Nice. So now that we've covered the main types of visas that you are eligible for or that may apply to your specific case, you're going to need insurance because you won't yet have access to the Belgian insurance before you arrive, but you're going to need something for your stay, for your initial time here before you integrate.
Exactly. In your visa application, most of the time you will be asked to show a proof of health insurance that is valid in Belgium and also in all the other Schengen EU countries. Since you're not eligible yet for the Belgian public health system until you're fully registered here, you will need an insurance that is valid here, and that's where Feather can come in. At Feather, we give you an expat health insurance that is covering all the requirements for your visa, and that has you covered for any health risks while you are in Belgium before you're on the public system.
Touch wood, nothing happens though. Of course.
Exactly.
Expat health insurance, sometimes called incoming insurance, is a flexible solution for newcomers to Belgium. Whether you're self-employed, a student, researcher, or simply relocating for new opportunities. It's designed for both short-term and long-term stays. Over on Feather's website, you can browse policies from expat health to freelancer liability to student health, ensuring that you find the right fit for your current situation. Plans start as low as €72 a month and can be cancelled at any time for ultimate flexibility. Shop all of Feather's insurance plans using the link below.
If you're interested in checking out more information on Feather, I will include a link down below that you can use to sign up. It's great for anyone coming, as we said, from non-EU countries, for my fellow Americans out there. It's also a really nice way to have peace of mind that you are covered for your time in Europe until, as Sarah said, you are eligible for Belgian insurance. A few more things you might need for your visa, in addition to health insurance, is proof of funds, which Saha will go into a little bit more depth of.
So basically, the Belgian authorities will want you to show that you can financially sustain yourself when you're here. Either you do that with a work contract when you're coming on a working permit. If you don't come with a work permit, then you need to, as a student, for example, or a retired person or financially independent, you will need to show that you have enough funds or enough monthly income to sustain yourself.
Yes.
And they're a bit unclear about how much money exactly do you need. I think as a student, you need to show that you can have access to...
I think it's 800?
800 euros per month. For some universities or some regions, they ask for 1,050. And if you're coming as a financially independent person, I think it's 1,300 net income per month.
Yes.
From a trustworthy source that you need to be able to prove.
Yes. And for the family reunification, you need to be able to prove that the person whom you are joining has ability to pay for you, or that they can sustain both of you, which I think is around 2,300 a month.
Yeah, I think they ask to have 2,300 a month net, but this is something that we can definitely link below.
Yes, we can. Yeah, exactly. We can link it below. For your case-specific questions, there will be lots of information down below. One more note on the information in English. The resources that we mentioned are great for those who are coming as employees or freelance workers. But if you're coming as a student here, then you have already a wonderful infrastructure, which is the university or school that you're coming with. So don't hesitate to reach out to them or go on their website online. They will most likely have people there who can direct you to the right place.
Should we explain how to get the Belgian insurance then?
Yes. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, darling.
In Belgium, basically everything starts with getting your address. What is really important when you look for an accommodation in Belgium is that you can register there. It's called domicile, and you will see often in the apartment ads that there is domicile possible or domicile not possible. Technically, domicile should be allowed everywhere, but it's not the case because for tax purposes, lots of landlords want to keep their own domicile in their own building. What is a domicile? A domicile just means that you can register officially in the flat where you're living. So you can go to the municipality or the town hall. You can say, hey, this is where I live, and they will give you your residence permit based on your address. You need this domicile and this residence permit to unlock health insurance, to unlock your Belgian bank account, and to get your life in Belgium started, basically.
Yeah. And most importantly, to get the Belgian national number with which the system will recognize you as an actual person living here. And then, as Saha said, you can unlock all of those things: bank account, insurance, maternity leave, everything.
Exactly. So if you're planning to stay for a long time, not just as a tourist visiting, make sure you can live somewhere where you can domicile yourself. One important thing when you're getting your domicile or registration in Belgium is that the commune or the municipality will send a police officer to your apartment. No stress, it's normal. It happens also for Belgians who move somewhere. The police comes by to check if you are living in the apartment or in the flat with the amount of people that are registered, not with more, not with less, and if the apartment is fit for people to live in. They're very friendly, everything goes well normally. The only thing that's sometimes a bit annoying is making sure that you're home when they come, because they're not the easiest to make an appointment with.
Yes. Okay, so once you have your Belgian national number, you can then apply for Belgian insurance.
Exactly. So how do you apply for a Belgian insurance? You go to the office or the website of a mutuelle or ziekenfonds. Alexandra will include a list of mutuelles where you can sign up with. And then with your national number and your proof of address, you go there, you register as a resident, and you will be added to the public health insurance of Belgium, which is going to cost you between 0 and 120 euros per year. Gets you really well covered for all health risks, which also means that then you can cancel your incoming health insurance that you could have taken with Feather or another company because you don't need it anymore, and you are fully covered with within the Belgian system.
And it's not just insurance. That is a side note for my fellow Americans out there watching. I do have to say that during my tenure here in Belgium, the insurance has been wonderful. That there are some other quirks about living in Belgium, but insurance is definitely not one of them. There's really good coverage. There's a doctor for everything that you could need. And even the basic insurance covers a lot of your most frequently incurred injuries, let's say. But outside of insurance, with that national number, you also get access to maternity leave, to paid unemployment days, to
vacation days,
everything. It's really, that is the key. That's like your social security number for US. With that, you unlock all the benefits of being Belgian.
Exactly.
Essentially. Once you've gone through the bureaucratic gauntlet, a painful but unfortunately necessary rite of passage, and you have your Belgian number, the fun can finally begin. Yay! So let's talk about lifestyle in Belgium, the next chapter after your visa. So my wonderful guest Sacha here is from Flanders, which is the northern part of Belgium, where they speak
Dutch.
Yeah. And as you will learn once you arrive here in Belgium, there's a lot of cultural mashup, especially here in Brussels. But the northern part is Flemish and the southern part is Walloon, where they speak Dutch and French respectively. So I wanted to ask Saha here, besides all of the dry details we've covered, insurance and visas, yada yada, what you really want to know. What are the main differences you see as a Flem in Brussels?
I think in Brussels, the language that most Belgians speak is French, but there are more and more Flemish people moving to Brussels as well. And don't worry if you speak neither of both languages, because there's a lot of English-speaking expats and foreigners living in Brussels too.
Yes.
And the differences are, I don't know, Flanders is a bit more serious, reserved, a bit more about work, and I would say Brussels is a bit more loose, fun, and about enjoying life.
We're making a good sale for you to come to Brussels. Beer and waffles. So this may seem confusing, and if you look at the map of Belgium, there's a lot going on. We have 3 different regions, different languages spoken, there's a lot of bureaucracy, and it may not always be the most easy country to navigate. but you didn't choose to come here because of an easy life. You came because of an exciting new chapter, no? So how would one navigate, or what can one expect with life in Brussels or in Belgium?
I think you can see Brussels as a melting pot of different cultures because Brussels is not really Flanders and it's not really Wallonia either. There's no such thing as Belgium either. So Brussels is a bit of a combination of lots of cultures, lots of foreign people, lots of Belgian people who are all trying to melt.
Yeah, they're all trying to, I think, find their own footing. I had a friend say it very well. She said, you may not fit in Brussels, but you definitely won't stand out. That there's I think that's nice, right? That there's a flavor and a place for everyone. So don't worry too much about that. You're gonna find your people here. ¿Cómo estás, Pepe? There is one question that selfishly I wanted to ask Saha here because as I said, I've made a few videos about life in Belgium. And one question that comes up a lot is, what is the difference between Flemish and Dutch? So we have our authority here, our Flemish authority here to answer straight from the source.
So Dutch is a language, like English, and Flemish is an accent that is spoken in Flanders, so in Belgium. Whenever you hear someone speak one sentence, you usually know if they're Flemish or Dutch. But Flemish, unfortunately, for my fellow Flanders people, is not a language. Flemish you can see as either American or British English, and Dutch is English, the language.
Because in your language, it's Netherlands is the way the language is called, right?
Yeah, so that's also quite confusing. Dutch is Nederlands, and it resembles a lot Deutsch, which is German. So don't get confused there. Dutch is Nederlands, French is France, and German is Dutch.
Yeah. Thank you so much for clarifying that. If you have any specific questions on lifestyle, again, I have many videos here already on the channel, but I would be happy to make this into a multiple part series. So just drop them down below. I'll check it out.
Thank you.
Dankjewel.
Merci.
If you want to continue your Belgian education, check out the Brussels series playlist here on my channel. If you have any questions that I didn't answer here and would like to see a part 2, drop a comment down below with your request. See you back here soon.